morning. Coach Yvonne from Method3 Fitness, and we're here to build a body. Today we're going to work on butts and guts. So we're going to get those butts working, and we're going to get those abs working. And don't worry, there'll be some other body parts working in there as well. You'll feel pretty done by the time we're done, but we are going to focus on those areas today. If you are just coming in without having read my Facebook post, if you have any super bands would be handy today, but you don't have to have them. If you have some lighter dumbbells between like 8 and 15 pounds, that would help. Or a backpack with some stuff in it to make it heavy, or a shopping bag with some stuff in it, like books or iron skillets to make it heavy. It'd also be nice if you do have a nice heavy weight for you, what you consider heavy. We will be doing some deadlifts today. I'm using a 65-pound dumbbell, and that's fairly light for me. But if you would like to go heavier than that, you can. If 25 is heavy for you, then 25 is good. If you have a med ball, a med ball would be a fun thing to use. However, those dumbbells, backpacks, weighted grocery bags, any of that will work as well. Your med ball, probably around 8 to 20 pounds, depending on your skill level. And then an elevated surface. I have a bench. You can use a low chair, or you can use boxes, or anything that's stable that you can put your feet on. We'll be doing some elevated glute bridges. And of course, a mat. That should be about all you need for today's workout. If you don't have all of those things, it's okay. You can make do with the dumbbells or the alternative weights for just about everything we're doing today. You'll be fine. So for your warm-up today, I've got 4 exercises for you. The first one is going to be a glute bridge, just a glute bridge down on the floor. So you're going to start with your back and your heels on the floor. I'd like your heels to be underneath your knees, your toes off the floor. You're going to lift your glutes to the top point with your arms on the floor. I want you to kind of engage the floor with your shoulders, squeeze a little bit. From here, you'll drop almost to the floor and then come back up. I prefer you not go all the way back down to the floor and rest, just almost to where you're going to touch the floor and back up again. Your second exercise will be a bicycle crunch. When we do our bicycle crunch, please keep the elbows nice and wide. As you bring your knee in, try to bring your shoulder across your body to touch that knee. You're not really going to touch the knee. We're just going to act like we're going to touch the knee. But keep the elbows open so that the chest stays nice and open. We close in on the chest all the time. Let's give it a break. Your third exercise, you're going to stand up. We're going to do an alternating step back lunge and reach. So right here, step back and reach. And then your last exercise, you're going to do a hinge. When you do your hinge, please stand sideways to your camera so I can check your posture. I want you to make sure your shoulders are back, your abs are engaged, front of your hips. You're going to hinge forward, keeping that posture nice and strong, feeling the stretch in the hamstring, and then slowly coming back up. This is a stretching exercise. Please do it slowly. I'm going to put 45 seconds on the clock. You'll do 45 seconds for each exercise, and you'll have 15 seconds to transition between the exercises. So go ahead and get yourself down on your mat. We got 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, bring yourself to the top of that glute bridge. Remember, you're dropping almost to the floor, and then coming back up again. Heels are underneath the knees, toes are off the floor. I'm going to take a peek at you. See how you look. Awesome, Raj. Greg, I can't find you. Awesome, Marilyn. Nice, Kaylin, you got it, girl. Good. Looking good, team. We've got about 12 seconds left here. Excellent. Now remember, we're going to go into that bicycle crunch. I'm going to step away from myself a little bit. Elbows are open nice and wide. You can start in this tabletop position. Abs are pushing that back down into the floor. And here we go. So nice full extension on that leg. And then trying to get that shoulder towards that knee, but keeping the elbows open. Don't take those elbows across the body. Let's keep it open. Give that chest a nice stretch while we're doing this warm-up. We close in on the chest constantly, on laptops, on cell phones. while we're driving, we're always tightening up that chest. Open it up for a little while. Keep it going. You got about 10 seconds. I'm going to peek at you real quick. Nice, Raj. Looks good, Greg. There you are. I found you. Nice, Marilyn. Good, Caitlin. Excellent. All right, you're up on your feet. We got alternating step back lunge and reach. We're going to get a stretch of those hip flexors in the front of the leg. We got about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Take that back knee down and reach with those arms to get that stretch. You really want to be able to feel that in the front of that back leg. You want to keep that body up nice and tall. Woo! Excellent, Raj. Nice, Greg. Looks good. Good, Marilyn. You got it. Nice, Caitlin. All right. Good job, team. Got about 10 seconds here. Three, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, your last one is one of your most important warm-up exercises for today, and that is that hinge. All right, making sure we're getting that stretch through that hamstring, and then nice and slow on the return. And here we go. Take it to that hinge. Keep that posture strong, squeezing those shoulder blades together, keeping that chest out, keeping those abs strong. Nice, Caitlin. Nice, Marilyn. Good. Make sure you're keeping your head in line with your body. Raj, I can't see the rest of you. I can only see the bottom of your legs right now. Excellent, Greg. There we go. Thank you, Raj. Good. We got about 10 seconds, team. Excellent. We are back to the beginning. Down on the floor for that glute bridge. Get used to this exercise. You're going to be doing this movement a lot today. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That's why we're not going into one leg. I'm keeping it nice and gentle in your warm-up because you will use this move a lot today. I don't always use this move a lot. For some reason today, I decided I wanted to. I guess because it's been a while since I've really used it a lot. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes at the top and that you're keeping them engaged as you go down. You are in control of that down movement. You're not just dropping. It is a controlled movement. Those abs are still strong. Use those shoulder blades to kind of grip onto that floor just a little bit, not too tight. Excellent. Go ahead and rest it. We're going to be going into that bicycle crunch. Since I've already checked on all of you, I know you're going to do it right. You're going to keep those elbows open nice and wide. Tabletop position with those legs. And here we go. Make sure you're getting full extension on that leg. See how close you can get it to the floor. Nice and slow and easy. We don't need to rush through this. We're getting that body nice and warm. We don't need to use momentum. We need to use our core. Excellent. Keep it going. Woo! So if you're just joining me for the first time this week, this is our last week of the Build the Body series. I am ending it this week. This has been 6 weeks of strength and muscle building. We'll go back to all the body next week for a few weeks, and then I'll revisit this series again. So if you've enjoyed this series, thank you for coming regularly to be part of it. Up on your feet, we've got alternating step back lunges. And here we go. I'll probably send out a little survey to see how much people enjoyed it and if they'd like to have it back again. It's good to do some building for your muscles and your strength, especially as we age. We want to keep our bones nice and strong. We have to have our muscles nice and strong. So the more muscle mass you have, the more bone mass you have. less chances of osteopenia or fibrosis. These things are important, especially for women in their 40s and 50s. And up. Here we go. Keep going. Getting that stretch. Excellent. All right, we got one more set of those hinges. On this set of hinges, though, I'd like you to add to it just a little bit. As you come over for your hinge, I want you to try to bend those knees and get yourself down lower to the floor. All right? Here we go. Take it all the way forward, down, and those knees and up. I'm going to peek at you for this one. Nice, Caitlin. Make sure you're keeping your head in line with the rest of your body. Raj, I want you to push your butt back more as you go over. There you go. Try to hinge the body over. Excellent, Marilyn. Good job, Greg. You got it. Make sure as you're coming forward, you come all the way up nice and tall. And time. All right, team. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to talk about what you're doing next. You got an EMOM. That's every minute on the minute. What's going to happen is the buzzer's going to go off, and you're going to do your deadlifts. Now, if you are using lighter weights, you do not have to go heavy if you don't want to in this class. If you're just wanting to kind of move and get your weight lighter, that's fine. If that's what you're doing, what I'm going to do is let you work until the 45-second mark, and I will say stop. I will let you know we're at the 45-second mark. So if you're going heavy today and you're lifting with me today, what I want you to do is decide about how many reps you need to do, and you'll do that in the first round. We're going to do 4 total rounds. So you're going to work until failure or until your form is starting to fail. If you can't maintain your form, you need to stop, okay? I'm doing about 65 pounds. I'll probably do 8 to 10 reps with that. If I'm going to go heavier, I would reduce it down to 4 to 6. So you decide as you're working how much that feels like you need to do. You get that determined in the first round. Then in the next 3 rounds, you'll do that same amount of reps. You might fatigue by the last round and have to do less reps. That's okay. Otherwise, if you want to just work for the whole 45 seconds, do that. If you're on a medium weight, then maybe you'll do about 15 reps and then you'll stop. When the buzzer goes off again, it's time to start. There is no finishing buzzer. So don't wait for the buzzer to tell you to finish. Remember to listen to me. At 45 seconds, I'll tell you to stop. If you haven't stopped, stop there. I'm going to go ahead and put our EMOM on the block. Somebody change it. Okay, so we'll just do this. And I'm going to just let you know when we go and when we stop. All right, we're starting. Get your weight set up. Remember, you're doing your deadlift. Your deadlift is here. I guess it might help if I display that for you. So remember that hinge we did, we came all nice and low so that we could get a hold of our weight. And then we pick that weight up, and then we put it down. You are not pulling on the weight with your arms. It is dead. Your arms are dead. All they do is hold that weight. Your butt comes up and does all the work for you. Got it? All right. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. Make sure you are controlling your up and your down. I'm going to peek at you. I want you to keep your head in line with your body. So if you are trying to look up as your body is going over, you need to focus a little more on the floor. Please do not round out your shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Make sure you're maintaining your posture. Excellent. Good job. Good corrections, team. I like it when I don't have to call you out by name. You can just know I'm talking to you. And time. Take a break. I have a couple more to do. All right, you're not going to hear a beep because I had to set up a different timer because someone changed the timer. I didn't realize it. All right, 5 seconds. We're going again. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now remember, if you reach the reps that you want to do, you can always stop. You don't have to wait for me to tell you to stop. And 5 seconds. And time. Stop, take a break. If you have not stopped yet. That was 2 rounds. We got 2 more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, almost there. Two, 1, and stop if you have not already stopped. We're almost there, team. We got 1 more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last round. Here we go. Woo, two more for me. I don't know about you. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it the way you need to. Excellent. All right, team, you're almost there. You got about 5 more seconds if you're going for time. And stop. All right, take a rest. We're all done with that heavy weight. You can put it aside somewhere, get it out of your way. You won't be needing it anymore today. Excellent. We're now going to go into your circuit. I've got 4 exercises for you in your circuit. This is where you're going to need either the super band if you have one, or you can use a med ball or a dumbbell or any other alternative weighted object. The first exercise is going to be a glute bridge. I'm going to show you first how to do this with the band, and then I'll show you how to do it with the weight, okay? If you're using the band, you can use single or you can use double. Depends on how much you want to challenge yourself. You're going to put the band over your hips, and you're going to hold it on the floor as you bring yourself up for your glute bridge. So what you're doing is giving yourself a resisted glute bridge. Got it? After that first round, you're going to bring those legs up. You're going to engage your abs. Keep that band on there. And then you're going to try to push your feet up towards the floor just a little bit. So back towards your head, and I mean up towards the ceiling, the floor, and up towards the ceiling. So that'll be your ab work with the band. Now, if you're not using a band, you're using some alternative weighted object, like maybe a med ball, just put that on your hip line and your abs for that glute bridge, right there. And then you just keep it there for that little push, okay? If you have a dumbbell, it might not be easy to do that. So if you want to, if you're holding a dumbbell, you can hold it here, keep your elbows on the floor to help keep you stable. So I don't know if you can see that. If I had a dumbbell, I would hold it here and I would push right here. Okay? So those are the first 2 exercises. The third one that you're doing is an elevated bridge. So this is where that surface comes in that I told you to bring a bench or whatever else it is you're using. You're going to put your feet up on the bench. You need to get nice and close to the bench because your hips need to be underneath your knees, all right? And then you're on those heels and you're gonna come to the top. Now it's up to you if you wanna add weight here. I find that just an elevated bridge is pretty effective. It changes the angle of that work and increases that effort. So we'll go to elevated bridge on the 3rd round. And then on the 4th round, if you have a band, you're gonna take that band underneath your feet. I cross mine over to help create my resistance. And then I'm gonna tap to the side and back. And I'm gonna straighten out that knee as I do that. Now, if you don't have a band, what I'd like you to do is get down nice and low, and you're gonna just push this way. And you're gonna stay low as you do that. But make sure you straighten out that leg and push into that glute as you go back. Also, if you do not have an elevated surface, just add weight to that glute bridge. And or do alternating one leg. So alternating one leg on that glute bridge would be here, down, up, change, leg, down, up, change, leg. So those are your 4 exercises. That's your circuit. Remember, we're starting with banded or weighted glute bridge. Get yourself ready. You're going to do 45-second intervals with 15 seconds to change in between your intervals. 3, 2, 1, and go. So you've got that weight or that band, and you are resisting that glute bridge. I'm going to take a peek at you and see how you're doing over there. Good, Raj. Nice, Greg. Looks good, Marilyn. Excellent, Caitlin. Good job, team. 20 seconds. Keep working on it. Now, don't let that band or weight pull you down. As you go down, go nice and slow to work that down. Excellent. All right, we got that glute bridge done. Remember, we're going to get that little push up. So you're still working with that band. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up and back. Now, I kind of straighten my arms out with my band, and I'm kind of pushing against my legs and my pelvis a little bit. So I have to resist coming up and in. This is a reverse crunch. You can also bend the knees and bring it right here if that's easier for you, if that's what you need to do. So please feel free to modify this exercise if you need to. You can also do bringing the legs in. If you're looking at this workout going, no, Yvonne, this isn't happening for me. You modify it however you need to. You can do this without any weight. You don't have to have any resistance. There we go. Excellent. Now remember, we've got that elevated glute bridge. Getting your feet up on that step or chair or whatever it is you're using today. A Rubbermaid tag with weighted items in it to make it heavier so it doesn't move on you. A laundry basket upside down. Well, I don't know. Some of those laundry baskets aren't so sturdy. Maybe not a laundry basket. Don't listen to me. I don't always have the best ideas. All right. There we go. Getting that glute bridge done. I personally am choosing not to weight this first one. It doesn't mean I won't weight any of them. I just don't want to weight my first one. My lower back needs a little bit more warm-up time. Beautiful, Caitlin. Nice, Marilyn. Excellent. Good job, Greg. Good job, Raj. All right. We are up, and we're doing that little push back with the band. If you have it, or you're in that nice low squat, whichever works for you, depending on what you have or do not have. So get yourself ready, and then you're tapping back. Remember, as you tap back, you're kind of going out to the side. Show you from the front too, and straightening that knee out as you go. Think of a donkey kick. You're pushing back into that glute. Pushing back into that glute. I'm going to take a peek at you. Excellent, Raj. Looks good. Nice, Marilyn. Good, Caitlin. Make sure you're keeping your abs strong and squeezing those shoulder blades together, keeping that back strong. Nice, Greg. Excellent. We got 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, we're back down to the bottom with either a banded or a weighted glute bridge. So get your band or your weights, get them over your hips, lift yourself up to the top. Woo, and then we'll push from there. Make sure you're pulling out of your shoulders. You're not shrugging up towards your ears as you're working. You don't want to be tightening up your traps. I like to straighten my arms out, make them really strong, pull away from the top of my shoulders, make sure that I am not tightening up, because there's nothing like tight traps to cause a tight neck, to cause wonderful headaches. So let's not do that today. Get out of those shoulders. Let's not sacrifice in one area to work another. Woo! Holy moly. Excellent. I don't know about you. I'm feeling my glutes now. All right. This one I'm really going to straighten out. I like to get my hands back almost underneath my glutes as I hold it for this exercise. And here we go. Abs are pulled in really nice and tight. Now remember, if this move is too much, bring those knees bent and just rock the knees in towards the chest instead. You figure out what works best for you. But please make sure whatever you're doing, you've got those abs pulled in nice and tight. Now, if you find that your bands are ripping into your hands, keep that in mind. Workout gloves really help with that. So maybe have some workout gloves available if you have them. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, we're going to take that elevated glute bridge. I'm going to add some weight this time. Now, if you're feeling like you said butts and guts, this is a lot of butts and not much guts. Just keep in mind that we do have a finisher. Yes, that lovely little finisher. There's always a finisher. So if I promised you butts and guts, and there aren't a whole lot of guts happening in this part of the workout, where do you think they're happening? That's right, in your finisher. So don't worry, you're going to get your guts. I promise. Woo! All right. But right now, we're really focusing on those glutes. All right, we got about 15 seconds left here. Hopefully your abs are still really strong. You're using those glutes. Remember, there should be underneath the knees when you drop down. So if you're not getting underneath your knees, you need to move closer to your bench, please. Excellent. All right, we got that little kickback. Grab that band if you're using it. If not, you're getting into that nice low squat. All right, here we go. You should really start feeling this on the outside of those glutes. That elusive area. It works best when we move laterally. But how long or how often, should I say, in life do you move laterally? Not very often. So we have to create that ourselves to get that muscle built. A lot of things that we did early in the evolution that we don't do anymore. So let's go ahead and get those guts built up, nice and strong. Okay, you got one more round, I know. Your butt's probably screaming. Tell it. Tell your butt. You can do one more round of this. You got this. We're okay. All right. Got that band over those hips? Here we go. Woo. Remember, straighten those arms out, pulling your shoulders down away from your ears, and using the strength of those arms. Engage those triceps to push those arms down into that floor. Okay? So let them do the work for you rather than your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to keep them down, though. Just don't short up into those ears. Come on, you got about 10 more seconds. You got this. I know you're feeling it. If you're not feeling it, your butt's broken. Come on. 2, 1. Excellent, team. All right. Now we got that little crunch. Woo, my arms are getting a workout. Remember, I told you other things would get worked in this workout. All right. Lift those legs up, or knees, or whatever you're doing. Woo. Make sure you're really pulling those abs in. That there's more pull happening in the abs than pushing the feet, okay? It's a little push, but a lot of pull. Pulling the abs in. Excellent. Get in the lower part of that transverse abdominis, nice and strong. Really helps our ability to hold our water. Here we go. And done. Fantastic. Coming to that bridge one more time on that elevated surface. Get nice and close. Those hips are underneath those knees. Add your weight if you're going to use it. 3, 2, 1, and here it is. I like to kind of press my weight a little bit. It adds more resistance. So I'm fighting myself coming up, and then I resist, going down, nice and slow. So I'm not just dropping. My abs are strong, supporting my low back. My shoulder blades are still engaged, keeping my chest open a little bit. About 7 seconds. We're almost there. Almost done with those butts. Excellent. All right. Last exercise on the list, and then we're going to go into that little finisher. We're going to make it short and sweet today. Making sure we get a little bit more abs in there. I want it to be worth your time today. All right, here we go. Do that push back. Push back. Never really return. Don't let that down just pull you back to center. You are in control that entire time throughout this movement, please. I guess I should have turned around so I could see the clock and tell you how long we have. I have no idea. So, one of these will be done. Keep working. There it is. Excellent. All right. Get a little sip of water if you need it. Sip and swish. You will be moving a little bit faster on your finisher. Water only tastes good the first time. Let's not recycle it today. All right. Your finisher is 30-second segments. So less time, and 10-second transition, shorter transition time. So you need to get up and move faster. We're going to be down on the floor and up on our feet, 2 exercises. The first one, you're going to do a rocket ship crunch or sit up, depending on how you're feeling today. So you're going to take one of your lighter weights that you have with you. You'll start right here over the chest. I want you to come all the way up and bring that weight over your head, nice and straight and tall. And then bring it back down. Now, if that's not happening for you today, then I want you to push right here in your crunch and try to push that weight over your knees. If you need to do no weight today, do no weight today. And just push those arms, okay? You work where you need to work. Then your second exercise, you're gonna come up off the floor and we're just gonna do the Icky shuffle. So Icky is 1, 2, 3, knee, 1, 2, 3, knee. And then you can speed that up if you want to speed that up. All right, so that's how it works. 30 seconds of work. Go ahead and take it down to the floor. You're going to start with that rocket ship crunch or sit up. 3, 2, 1, and go. Wow. That's fun. When I tested this little spot out this morning, and set up. The sun was not coming through the windows yet, and I really thought I had escaped the sun. I was going to stay away from those windows, and it looked really good. And now not so much. So I apologize if you're having trouble seeing me. When I got this all set up, it was perfect. And now not so much. Woo! All right, that was that last one. We're coming up for that Icky shuffle. Oh my goodness, it's getting warm in here. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, if you get down low in those legs, you're gonna get yourself a little more workout in your quads. If you stay up high, you might be able to get your heart rate up higher. If you do a little bit of both, you're really gonna get that heart rate up. So drop down, then you get that knee up, and that'll get that heart rate up. You've got about 10 seconds here. We've got that. Come on. 2, 1. Woo! All right. Back on the floor. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Five seconds. And time. All right, Icky shuffle it is. Woo! I might not go slower now. I'm supposed to be being good right now. Not supposed to be challenging my cardio so much. So, I'm gonna stay up higher. But if you want to sink down when you bring that knee up, believe me, it'll spike that heart rate a lot higher. So depending on what you're looking for today, you know, if you just want to move, move, medium, medium, go heavy right here. All right, you figure out what works for you today, please. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, we got one more round. We're almost there. Ah, you got this. You're almost done. And then it's going to be a little stretchy. All right, and go. 1. Make sure you're getting really tall if you're coming all the way up into that sit-up. And you're getting that ball over your head. You got 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, that ball's heavy. One more. All right, so this is it. This is your last set. So make it count, all right? Here we go, 30 seconds. Icky shuffle. Push your limits a little bit if you can, all right? Make it count. I want you to feel like you made this worth it, that you made the most out of this workout today. And if you didn't, you be sure to get a hold of me, Yvonne, YVONNE, at Method3, Method3Fitness.com. You reach out and say, Yvonne, I didn't get enough workout. What should I do? I'll tell you. I'll always tell you how to make it harder. All right. Excellent work, team. I'm going to come on over here. Check in on everybody. Everyone's still standing. Fantastic. We're going to do a little stretch. Heart rate's a little high. So let's start with a little bit of standing. The first thing I want you to do is take one leg behind you right here. Good. I want you to take your onto your toe. Push into that heel so you feel that stretch in the calf start. Once you keep your body in posture, but hinge forward at the hips, you should feel more lengthening in that calf at that point. Bend that knee forward a little bit more. Dive into it so you're pushing the pelvis forward and down. And hold that for 3, 2, 1. Time. I want you to step that foot forward. And now the leg that's in front, straighten it out and pull the toe back as you bend and sit on the other side. Reach for that toe. We're lengthening out that hamstring. We worked pretty hard to help you work those glutes today. You're also going to feel that stretch in that calf, especially if you're able to take this toe back. Can't reach your toe, that's okay. You can rest here, here, whatever your range of motion is. Excellent. Slowly bring that up. We're going to repeat that on the other side. You can take your other toe back and push into that heel. Excellent. Dive forward a little bit, pushing that pelvis forward and towards the floor. And take it in. Make sure that posture is strong. Now you're not leaning on this leg. This is just balance. Use your core to hold you. Excellent. Bring that up. And we're going to do that transition, bending this leg down, sitting in it, straightening the other leg, pushing your glutes back, pulling your toes up, and getting into that stretch on this side. Excellent, and release. All right, I want you to come to your mat. We're going to do a little down dog. So I want you to walk yourself out to that high plank position. Once you get to that high plank position, push back into down dog. Try to see how close you can get those heels to the floor. Walk your dog out. Right there. A little more stretch in those calves. And then I want you to push a little deeper. See how far you can get those glutes up and back. You can get that head between those arms. Excellent. Now release back to that high plank position. Now if you need to, put your knees down. And then you're going to move into your up dog. Or if you're a little more skilled in your yoga, go ahead and drop the hips. Pull your shoulders down and back. Bring your chest and head up. And get into your up dog here. Beautiful. Stretch those abs out. Make sure your knees are all the way to the floor. Slowly transition yourself into that quadruped position. And then from there, we're going to take it all the way back to that child's pose, pushing those glutes back to the heel, reaching those arms out, taking that head down to the floor. Breathe. If you can press your belly and your chest a little closer to that floor. And slowly return to that quadruped position. Bring your toes under you, walk it on back. Straighten out those legs, head goes down, butt is up. Hold for that forward bend. And then give me a nice slow roll up. Please make sure those abs are engaged. Your head is the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders back. Give me one nice deep breath. Exhale, elongate that spine, nice stretch. Give me a normal breath. And exhale. Let those arms go. Thank you so much for joining me for Butts and Guts today. I hope that you have an absolutely amazing day and that I'll see you again soon.